What is happening, everyone? I had a tune that I was going to play because I was dancing first half. I thought there's no way that we're going to lose this game. So I had a little tune. I was going to have a little bop before I obviously got onto the screen. That has obviously now been completely and utterly smashed to bits by ill-disciplined players who have just let Arteta down. And we can't go straight onto Arteta, etc. We have to give him credit. The players have let him down. If you've just watched the game, Wolves have just beaten Arsenal 2-1. So I'm going to pick myself up and I'm going to speak about the game. But what a shambles, absolute shambles of a 45 minutes second half. Absolutely embarrassing. But I'm going to start with the game. Saka comes back in for Arsenal in the starting 11. Smith Rowe needed a better performance than he did against Man United. So did Partey. Wolves struggling since they obviously have not had Jimenez to get the goals. But we all know Podence, Neto, very, very, very good footballers. But I thought we would dictate this in the middle of the park. And that's exactly what happened for at least the first 45 minutes. So let's start. First minute of the game, unbelievable start. Saka, best young talent in the Premier League by a mile for me, playing in a mediocre team and pulling them up the table. Well, he was. He's got in after 45 seconds, the first minute of the game, over the top. Partey, great ball. He's got in behind. He's got to score. He's absolutely smashed the ball. It's hit the beans on toast. It's come back out. He's got to score. He's got to score. Then we get another opportunity. Saka again has another opportunity. Snapshot. We then have another opportunity. Saka again. He manages to score this time. Goes straight to VAR. Lacazette is offside. But we'll keep bossing the game. Partey's absolutely having a field day in the middle. Smith Rowe was very quiet, but Partey was running the show. Absolutely running the show. Wolves did get into the game a little bit, had the odd, burst going forward, had a little bit of the ball, but overall Partey was just running the game. Pepe was obviously causing a lot of problems, and it was Pepe on 33 minutes, I believe. 33 minutes. He's managed to wriggle free down the side, down the left-hand side. A little bit of luck initially. But then he's done a little cheeky Megs on the second one, and he's used his absolute swinger, and he's bent it around the keeper. Great finish. And you're thinking, listen, it's going to be one of them games. This is going to be 3-4-0 because Arsenal were on top. We're on top for the first 35 minutes, 40 minutes of this game, and were very, very comfortable. Partey was running the show. I said David Luiz holding was about Bellerin was getting forward and doing well. Saka was by far probably between him and Partey, but I think Saka was more of a threat first half, best player by a mile. And then just out of the blue, bang on half time, David Luiz gets caught on the wrong side. I think it's a little bit critical and a little bit fast for me to say Holding's got to come a little bit cross, but David Luiz gets caught on the wrong side, and it's an accidental clip. Wolves centre forward, he's gone to hit the ball, and as he's brought his foot back, he's kind of just tapped David Luiz's knee, and it's a pen. It's a pen. The question is, because the rules change all the time, is it a red card? That's the problem. Is it a red card? Now, the rule used to be goal scoring opportunity, last man, it's a red. Then I think the rule changed that if you give a pen, you can't give a red. So I'm not sure what the rules are. Really not sure what the rules are. What can I say? But the fact of the matter is, he is on the wrong side of the centre forward. And that's what cost him. So that's on 47 minutes. Going at half time, you're thinking, okay, 1-1, a lack of concentration from David Luiz, but we dictated the game first half. So you're thinking, right, you're going to come out the second half and you're going to run the game. That's what you're thinking as an Arsenal fan, as an Arsenal player. So second half starts. Yes, it's going to be hard with 10 men. We know it's going to be hard with 10 men. But at the end of the day, you set up shop. We used to do a training session. we used to do attack against defense, and you could not break them down. If you have a block, a 4 and a 4 and a 1, it will work. You can stop players and teams from scoring against you if you have 2 blocks and you are disciplined. Couldn't have started any worse. The vet, Moutinho, has got the ball and he's absolutely spanked it. Don't take it away from him. Unbelievable goal, great technique. Should have been closed down a lot quicker, but he spanked one, it's hit the post and it's gone in. And then you're thinking, 2-1 against 10 men. What are you going to do from here? What are you going to do from here? Couldn't do anything. He tries to change a few things. I think Arteta should have took Smith Rowe off and put Aubameyang on, but he didn't. Partey obviously went off, which I think was a little bit strange. I think he was maybe looking to creativity, but leaving you a little bit open as well. But he had to try and get a goal. And, you've got to bring your goal scoring centre forward on the pitch, which is fair enough. But just could not do anything in the second half. The players let him down. And then on 70 minutes, absolute comedy. It was like a Kevin Hart show. Absolute comedy. Leno has come running out, absolute, all off his head, erratic, all guns blazing. Ball's gone over the top. He's come running out, which is fair enough. He's sharp. He's misjudged the ball completely, and he's punched the ball from his waist high out and just walked off. He's just walked off because he knows it's a red. Absolutely shambolic. We just imploded, crumbled like a cheap cookie. Absolutely just crumbled. And the players have let Arteta down. Now, obviously, I was watching the watch along with my good friend Curtis, and he was saying, this was one of those games that you could see coming. And I agree, because I'm not convinced with Arteta. I think we've just had a good spell, but I think that's a spell. I don't think it's going to be consistent enough. And like we say, if we don't get anything out of Europa, we're not going to finish in the top 4. Out of both cups, no, he's going to get given a chance. He's going to get given time. There's no doubt. Of course, he's going to get next season to build his team. But tonight was just a shambles. First half, dominated the game. Partey, Saka, absolutely top draw. Neto was their best player. I said we should have signed him before, but he's always got that Portuguese connection. I think his agent's probably Mendes with a Benfica and all those kind of connections. But someone needs to go and get him, because he destroyed Bellerin. And some would say, well, it's only Bellerin. Listen, I've seen him destroy a lot of people. He destroyed Kyle Walker a few times as well. So as for Arsenal, they've just got to brush it off. It's one of those games, got to brush it off. The players let him down. There's not much a lot Arteta can do. The next game's interesting. Matt Ryan's going to have to come in, because I know a lot of people are not having Runnison. Obviously, David Luiz now, but we've got Gabriel. But we've not been solid when Gabriel's played. So interesting. Let's have a look. NB Gunnar, the main man, obviously popped in. How you doing, son? I hope you're okay. What can you say after that? I mean, what can you say? What can you say? You've obviously told me this. Let's have a look. David Luiz has done well generally this season. 100% agree. I think he has. He's been one of our best defenders. But one thing that will never change with him is those lapses of concentration. Yeah, I'm not, like you say, I always say your knowledge is spot on, as you know, MB Gunnar. And that's why people doubt him. He is one hell of a footballer. No one can take that away from him. David Luiz is a baller. But when he has that lapse in concentration, when he's at the back, it costs you. Now, when I remember he was playing holding midfield a little bit for Chelsea, and if you made a mistake in holding midfield or didn't follow his runners, you could just pass it on to the centre-halves. You can't do that when you're at the back. In a free, he's very good, I think, because he's a lot of time he can stay central, and he can tell the two other kind of central defenders, you stay on the left, you stay on the right, and I'll kind of boss it from the middle. But in a 2, if one of them switches off, he's struggling. And they switched off for that split second. And if you and games are decided on very, very marginal. My light's just gone off if you're thinking what's gone off there. Very, very marginal decisions. And that was one of them. And the game's just turned on the head. Split second, turn off, accidental penalty, red card, game's done. So yeah, disappointing. I think we just need to obviously move on to the next game. Take it from how it is. We've had a good run. There's winnable games next. They're tough. But now what we're going to do, we've got a couple of suspensions, we've got injuries. Now we need to see, because a lot of people, as you know, we always mention, we're going to test them at the end of February because of our run of fixtures. Interesting times. So again, thank you for tuning in, everyone. Make sure you subscribe, like, share our streams. We'll keep trying to get content out to you as much as we can. As quick as we get to that 100 subscribers, one lucky subscriber is going to get that £50, and then we keep moving on. Hopefully we get to that 1,000 subscribers before we know it, and we can give away this PS5, because I'm desperate to give someone a PS5. So again, thank you for tuning in. Oh, let's have a look. MB is not done yet. Let me have a look. You know, I always like to read your comments. You've moved on already, but Villa will be tough. Yeah. I think we need to move on already. Villa's going to be very, very tough. Very tough. The way that they're playing as well. So we will see. But thanks again, MB Guna. Thanks again, everyone else that will watch this after the stream. Really do appreciate it. Stay safe, stay focused, and enjoy the rest of your evening. You take care.